Ich liebe Erfurt. Ich liebe Rot-Weiß Erfurt. Surprised you know this. I'm surprised you know this one. But I rap. I love the questions. I love the questions. Very excited. And yes, since I got here, everyone been telling me about the Jena and Erfurt derby.
Hallo und herzlich willkommen, liebe Rot-Weiße, zur dritten Ausgabe unseres RWE-Spielerporträts. In den vergangenen Ausgaben haben wir schon mit Samuel Bieg und mit Kanija Elba gesprochen und ich freue mich sehr, dass heute mit Michael Seaton ein Neuzugang an meiner Seite ist. Hi Michael. Und heute machen wir eine etwas besondere Folge, denn heute hört ihr uns auf Englisch sprechen. Wir liefern euch da aber natürlich die Übersetzung mit. Ihr wisst, Michael kommt aus Jamaika und deshalb heute das Gespräch in Englisch. Hi Michael. When we're recording this, yesterday you scored 2 goals. Overall, you scored 2 braces in the past 2 games. What is it that makes your great form possible?
I would say just being a team. I think having my teammates behind me. At the end of the day, I can't score these double pucks. The puck tours without my teammates, and I think that's the great thing about this team is that everybody holds everyone accountable, and pushes everyone.
Yeah, as I said, you're from Jamaica and you grew up in Spanish Town, I think, or you were born in Spanish Town. How did you grow up there in the Caribbean?
I was born there, of course, and I moved to the States when I was 7. 7 years old, so I'm always back and forth every summer, and I go back to Jamaica, see the grandparents and stuff like that. So coming from a Jamaican background, of course we're more used to the heat, right? So coming to also Germany is of course it's a different change, a different atmosphere, but yeah, just I grew up in Jamaica. It's great for me. I'm a Caribbean boy, and
Yeah, you already said some of your family still lives in Jamaica. Do you still visit your home country regularly?
Yeah, I visit regularly when I'm off of football. When I'm not playing football and I have time off, if I'm not going back to America with my mom, maybe we go on a family vacation. Me, her, my little brother. We go to Jamaica and see our friends and grandparents and stuff.
Yeah, you already said it. You left Jamaica at a very young age. You went into the youth academy of DC United, a club from the US American Major League Soccer. What was it like to live in one of the biggest cities in the USA?
Coming from Jamaica, it was a cultural shock for me. The air is different, the people is different. I speak broken English in Jamaica, and of course, it's still English, but it sounds different, and for me, it was really, like I said, a culture shock for me. But I think after a couple years, a couple times there going to school, kids making fun of me in school, how I talk and stuff like this, I start to learn more and more each day.
Yeah, whilst still being in a contract at DC United, you played for a farm team. That's a team that is specifically designed to help young players in the development. And then you played your first match for DC's pro team against Guadalajara. What was the feeling playing for your pro club, for your men's club for the first time?
It was really good. That first game against Guadalajara, I actually have a tattoo on my back of that first spiel. But it was good because, of course, it's my hometown, and I live 5 minutes down the street. So I had more family and friends that showed up to the game to watch me play in this game. But the really thing for me was my mom being there. I think my mom bringing me to the youth games when after work, sacrificing, and I think it was an important game for me because all her sacrifice and hard work for me pays off, because she can watch me now play my first pro game.
In November 2013, you were asked to play for the national team of Jamaica. How did you receive that message that they are interested in having you play for the national team?
That moment was interesting. It was I was in Jamaica. I was playing for the youth team, and this one I signed for DC United, of course. And I had a buzz about me. So on the news, they said my name a lot. someone called my mother because I think the sporting director and my mom used to go to the same school in Jamaica at the time. So of course he told her ahead of time that yeah, we're interested in bringing Michael. For me, it was exciting because it's like my home country, it's a national team, and at the end of the day, it made my mom happy. I think the biggest thing for me is once my mom is happy, I'm okay, you know.
And just a few months later, in January 2014, you trained with Serie A side and multiple Champions League winners, Inter Milan. How did that happen, and what memories do you have of Italy?
The memories, that was a beautiful moment. The reason why that came up, I think we had a owner. We had an owner at DC United. I think he owned a part of Inter Milan, 76ers in the NBA, and also DC United. I was the youngest player on the Mannschaft, one of the most talented youngsters on the Mannschaft, and they asked me, Mike, they're interested in bringing you to train with them. You know, we had a corporation, like a partnership. Let's see how it goes. And it was good for me. I flew to Italy for the first time, went to Milan, got picked up from the airport, went to the team facility, and everything was stock. It was great hospitality. They treated me well, and I met a lot of friends there. That's my friends till today from this.
Yeah, then only a few months later, again in March, you scored your first goal for Jamaica's national team. What was that feeling, scoring for your home country?
Great feeling. I told you every time it's my mom. This is always gonna be my number one answer when it comes down to feeling is just having my mom present when I'm making these accomplishments and stuff like that. So for me, it was a great feeling because I think I scored this goal when I was either 15 and a half or 16. I don't remember when, or 17, I don't know. But this was like a great monumental moment for the next step. It's like being a confident goal scorer. So I really felt good with this one.
Then in 2015, March to June, you were a lone player for Swedish side Örebro, but you only played, I think, 4 league matches. Was that maybe a disappointing step in your career, and why was it only 3 months?
Wouldn't say disappointing for me. You know, it's I have a nice story to tell in my football career. You know, and it's interesting. I never blame people. I don't feel like I will blame myself because I feel like I work very hard, but situations happen for a reason. And I went there on loan from DC United to get more playing time, of course. The situation just, it wasn't for me. I guess got there. It's a team sport, it's a Mannschaft sport. So at the end of the day, I can't carry a team by myself, you know. And I'm a young player at the time, so I need to be developed the right way, and I need these things. And unfortunately, it wasn't for me, you know. And then I got sent back home to America, but it was okay. It's like next step, you know.
And then in the same summer, you came back from Sweden. You made a transfer away from Washington and to Portland. But there again, you only played for their second team. You already said you don't really doubt yourself that much, but did you ever, I mean, you were a very young player, did you ever feel like, ooh, maybe this is going the wrong way?
This is where my story gets interesting. This situation, like I said, I don't like to point fingers, but I had a coach at the time, a trainer at the time, and he told me specifically, he says, you're not going to be anything in football. And I was at the top of my football. Like I had deals, I was performing, I was actually performing well. The older players took me in as a little brother, and I felt good. And I guess at the time he just didn't like me, I guess. So I took it as, okay, cool, he doesn't like me, I can stop that, you know. But the one thing he told me, that I would never be a good football player, he told me. And I remember when I cried that day. I was 18, and my mom called me one day and said, I need you to walk into the cabina, pack up your things with your head above your shoulders, and walk out my proud son, you know. And when my mom told me this, I lost my mind, man. I cried and took it to the next step. I was like, okay, what next?
Yeah, then I think we can agree that your story gets progressively more interesting because when you were, I think, 20 years old in 2016, you moved to Israel and played for Ramat Gan, Tel Aviv, and Nazareth. And what memories or anecdotes do you have from your time in Israel?
Good and bad. It was good and bad memories because it's a new country for sure. Israel. You go from America League to Israel. People will be like, okay, that's a weird jump, you know. And my manager at the time that I had, he proposed this opportunity to me because at the time I was trying to go to a team in America, but I guess the same trainer told other people that I wasn't fit for to play on some other teams. I don't know why, but I ended up going there in Israel to Apol Ramat Gan. Did a very good half a season there. Got transferred to Apol Tel Aviv at the time. But something happened in regards to the negotiations. I had no control of that. In my opinion, I just want to play football. You know, I just want to be the best Michael Seaton I can be. I just want to take care of my friends and family, and I just want to play for my teammates. And I guess the deal didn't go the way that everybody saw it. And I got blindsided because I'm not on the business side of it. I'm more of, I just want to go in the plots. So at the end of the day, I got messed up and then sent back in again, you know.
Yeah, that's it. When 2 years later you went back to the US, you went to Orange County SC. Was that a move back home for you?
It was a move to rebuild myself. It was a move to say, okay, let's go back to where English speaking people would respect me more. I can get playing time. But behind all the political side of it, let me just play football and just enjoy myself. I went there 2 seasons. I got, I think, all-time leading goal scorer at the time when I was there at 20, I think 7 tours, I think, in the 2 seasons. And after that, I made a move to Germany, and that's where my Germany career started.
Yeah, exactly. You said it. 28 goals in 60 games is what I found. Great stats. Was that what gave you the confidence to make the move to Germany?
Absolutely. It definitely gave me the confidence because I know I can play in Europe. I said this ever since I was young. I can play in Europe. I just need to get there. It's always, let me get my foot in the door. Let's see what happens. After that, put a ball at my feet and just allow me to play. And it just gave me so much confidence because I know I got back into the playing part of it and also the goal scoring part of it. And it definitely gave me confidence when I came abroad.
Yeah, your first club in Germany was Victoria Köln. You played 22 games for them in the 3rd tier. What were your first impressions of the football played here in Germany and also of the country itself?
The football here was it was different for me as always. Coming to a new country because every country is different how their style of playing football. And I had a trainer, Pavel Docev, at the time, and he introduced me to a word, enlaufen. He says, Michael, enlaufen. Like, I've always heard him say that to me, and I just knew it was just run, you know? And the culture was different. There was a lot of fitness behind it, you know, a lot of running, getting the mental side. I think more coming to Germany for me, it was like the mental aspect of fitness. Being fit, being strong, power up, be stark. And it took me, I say 3 months, because I was already a mentally strong player and physically a strong player. So it's now for me to just get adjusted to the atmosphere and adjusted to the players. And that took a little time, but it didn't take as long as I expected. It came very fast.
Yeah, well, that's a nice anecdote as well because Pavel Docev is also a former coach of Rot-Weiß. In the first half of the season 21-22, you played for BSV Reden in Regionalliga Nord, collected 14 appearances, 8 goals and 4 assists. What happened in the January 22?
Interesting career again. I did this great stats going into winter pause, and then I was supposed to get a move. I wanted a move because I think I was being treated not fairly at the team. I mean, certain things I was trying to ask them for, the way I was being treated, I just didn't feel comfortable. And I asked them, listen, can I get a move, please? And they chose not to give me the move. You know, they treated me poorly. And then while I was trying to go, I guess someone messed up my visa. Something happened with my visa, you know, and they basically blocked me for 5 months or so. I couldn't play football, and I got blocked. But I don't know anything because for me, is I just want to play, you know. And once I heard this from, I think I was supposed to go to Alemannia Aachen at the time, and I signed. And I guess the day of the signing, I guess someone turned in everything after the transfer window was closed, you know. And I heard about it. I'm blindsided, and then they said, "Ah, Michael, man, you can't play for 5 months." So I had to go back to America with my mom, reassess myself, keep my mind at ease because I said, okay, this is a difficult time, but I'm here now. What can I do? You know, and I've been here before. And I think that's the blessing of going through bad stuff when you're younger. So when it happens when you're older, it's like you already know how to handle it and your mental's already stronger. Because if this would have happened to me for the first time, I don't think I'd be able to handle it. But I think because I have my mom, I have my family, I can deal with it the way I did, you know.
Yeah, you told us about the collapse deal to Alemannia Aachen. What did the club officials of Reden and Aachen tell you? Why did it not work?
Nothing much. Everybody was blindsided. Like Alemannia Aachen was blindsided. BSV, because the communication for me and them was very poor. I don't think they cared at the time. In my opinion, I don't think they cared. I don't like talking bad about anyone, but for them, I just think they just didn't care about the human being behind it, you know. And I wasn't going to beg, you know. I wasn't gonna put myself down to beg to play football. And I told myself, no, I can't do that. Because at the end of the day, you tell me to work, I will do my job the best as I can. I will work for the team. I work for myself, and I work for the team, and I work for you. But I guess they didn't respect it at the end of the day, and they didn't respect me as a human being, and they just didn't give me any communications, you know. Alemannia Aachen, I'm grateful for Alemannia Aachen because they helped me through the process as well, and they made sure I was like easy in the head and stuff like this while I was on my way back home.
Yeah, then after these months of being without a club, you signed for your first Regionalliga Nordost side, Berliner AK. Scored, I think, 7 goals in the past season. Right now, we have 5 matches played. Last against Zwickau, you already got 4. Do you have a goal for this season? How many goals you want to score?
The goal for the season is always double digits. You know, and I don't know. I can't specifically say a number, but double digits for sure. You know, but the biggest thing for me is helping the team get to the goals that we want to get to. You know, because for me, I'm an overall team player and I'm an overall stürmer. I don't see myself as every time I want to score a goal. I never see it. I want to score, but for me, it's like if I don't score, I assist. If I don't assist, I play good for the team to get the 3 points. You know, and I think I live by that code for the rest of my career. Because at the end of the day, I'm good as my teammates. You know, but with me scoring, my teammates assist me. If my teammates score, we assist them. So at the end of the day, we're a big family, and I think the goal for me this year is definitely double digits and having everybody on the team playing to the best of their ability.
Double digits just for goals or for assists too?
Alles. Alles.
It's like football excluded, Erfurt. How do you like the city so far?
The city, my girlfriend's in Berlin. The city shocked my girlfriend, and it shocked me. Cause she was like, she thought about it, she heard Erfurt. She's like, oh, I've never heard of Erfurt before. And it's funny because like when you're, a lot of people that live in Berlin and the big cities, they really don't know much about the outside cities, you know? And she came in and she said she loved it, you know? And I love it too. I think the fans are amazing. When we walk outside in Anga, you know what I mean? The fans see us. So they would be like, Seaton, blah, blah. So I like the culture here behind it. The dome, I went over there as well. I like the dome as well. And they have little shops around. I just like the town. The town is calm, it's not too loud. And for me, the people are great.
Yeah, you already said the fans recognize you on the street. How does the RWE support compare to your former stations?
The support here is incredible. This is the best. This is the best support I've seen since the teams that I've been on in Germany. Um, and honestly, it's amazing because I told some of the players, I was like, man, when you're playing at the home stadium, we can't hear each other. Like we're trying to communicate to the other players, and we have to say was, and we have to really like trying to understand what's going on, but we can't hear because the fans are so loud. But it's amazing because they create like a fortress at home where other teams should be scared when they come here because the fans are incredible, and it gives you a push for sure, especially when you're gonna score against the tour that's towards the ultras that go towards them. That's the best feeling. If you can score on that tour, is the best feeling.
And besides your career as a footballer, you're also a musician. Maybe you can tell our fans and our supporters about it. What kind of music do you make?
I'm surprised you know this. I'm surprised you know this one. But I rap. I just rap. I do my own little singing melodies from time to time. My teammates love this song I got named Mama House. Oh, you listen to Mama House? Dope, dope. Thank you so much. No, they love Mama House. I started rapping because of depression. Because all the stuff that we talked about with the football, with like dealing with these things, and there's times where I'm just like in the house. As a football player, it's like you train 2-3 hours, depending if you do extra after, and then the rest of the day you're either sleeping or eating or whatever. And I told myself, okay, I'm depressed sometimes because things are not going right the way I wanted to with my former club. What can I do to make myself feel better and more alive? And I told myself, let's make music. And I started it, and then for some reason, people started to like, hey man, you're good, you're good, you're good. And then I just continued doing it. And even I have over 560 songs unreleased right now on my computer. And I will go home and just put it on the speaker and just listen to it and feel at ease.
Yeah, your artist name is 93 Seats, and you're born in 96. So what does the 93 stand for?
I love the questions. I love the questions. The 93. So basically, my dad is his nickname in Jamaica is 93, but tree is always say 3 in Jamaica. So 93. I'm Seaton, so the nickname for Seaton is Seats. So the thing is, what my dad was, if you look at 93 and think of a race, like someone's racing someone on feet, right? It's like 93 would be behind and Seats would be in the front. So Seats is in the lead and 93 is behind. So my dad, he wasn't around in my life, and I told myself stuff that he did and stuff like that, I don't want to be like him. I respect him, but I don't want to be like him. So I said, okay, I'm still 93, little 93 they call me. So he's behind me and I'm in front of him because I'm setting a better example, and that's how I did it.
You already told us your teammates love Mama House. Do you have a favorite song of yours that maybe means the most to you?
Mama House. Mama House. Every other song I like it too, but I love Mama House. I think the way Mama House was brought together, because it was sent to my friend from California. I met him because of football, and I was walking in the city in California. I saw this guy rapping on the street, and I said, "Whoa, he got a nice voice," And I went to him, and I was like, "Yo, we should do something." And then I went to Germany. I did the vocals for Mama House. I sent it to him. He put his singing thing on it, sent it back to me, and that's how it was made.
Jumping back to football, what do you want to achieve in your career? Have you set yourself goals that you didn't achieve yet?
Goals. I never want to chase something, right? I just want it to come to me. I don't setting goals. I used to do it when I was younger, and it never came out like how I wanted to, and I always end up disappointed. So I told myself, okay, just work hard. I said the biggest thing is work hard, take everything step by step, let it come to you, don't chase it. So the thing is for me, I just want to be the best Michael Seaton I can be. I want to be a good football player, a great football player. I want to be a great human being and a great teammate. I want to be an overall great human being. I don't want no stress. I just want to work hard. Maybe on the field, maybe I look like an asshole. It's okay. But I like working hard, man, and I like bringing the best out of people. especially like the young players, because I know how it is being a young player, and maybe older players are not really like taking you like under the wing, or when you're down, they're not uplifting you. You know, for me, it's like I've been there, done that, seen how young players can be treated, and I just want to make everybody the best them they can be. You know, so I just want to be a good overall human being.
Yeah, that's a great motto to live by. Thank you very much. We still have some questions from our fans, from our supporters, and also from a teammate of yours. So first question comes from a supporter, which is Bruno Erfurt, and he's asking, are you excited for the derby match against Jena in a few weeks? And did your teammates already tell you about that special fixture?
Very excited. And yes, since I got here, everyone's been telling me about the Jena and Erfurt derby. Everyone's been telling me this, and I even YouTubed it, like from last year, just to see the atmosphere, like the tension, home and away, is high. The tension is high. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I think my teammates are definitely looking forward to it as well.
Then the next question comes from Ismail Uzlu, and he's asking, why do you wear a bandage on your wrist whilst playing?
No, that's nice. It's like this. I like this. I wear the bandage on my arm because of my knuckle. So I have my knuckle got pushed back, so it's kind of broken right now because I fell on it last year, and I just felt a weird sound, and I looked at it, and I think the band for the knuckle moved, so I have to do operation on it, but only in the Zoma when I have time. So for now, I wear the bandage.
And the last question from our supporters is from Jwandowski 109, and he's asking, do you already have a favorite spot in the city, a cafe or a restaurant maybe?
I just went there the other day. Disaronno? Is it Disaronno? That's the name, right? Disaronno. Their pancake is mega guy. Like it is stark. Like the pancakes are sick. The setup of the cafe is nice, and and that's one place I went to. And then there's another place. I have it in my phone. I just can't remember the name, but there's some other spots that I want to visit as well. But Disaronno is one of the favorite spots right now.
And I already warned you that one of your teammates gave a question to us. It's Daniel Muteva, and he's asking, hast du ein paar Wörter auf Deutsch für uns? Do you have a few words in German for us?
Heike. Ich liebe Erfurt. Ich liebe Rot-Weiß Erfurt. That's okay, yeah?
That's okay. Those are the most important words you need to know. Thank you very much for talking to us, and thank you. Danke euch, liebe Rot-Weiß-Fans, dass ihr heute zugeschaut habt. Wir wünschen euch natürlich einen wunderschönen Tag und freuen uns darauf, euch bald wieder im Stadion zu sehen. Danke Michael und danke euch. Noch einen schönen Tag.